Hey YouTube, Jam here. Welcome back to the gaming station. So real fast, I just want to point out my last video crushed it, getting a ton of views and helping push the channel over 50 subs. So I just want to say thank you to all the people who have subscribed so far. Like I said in my last video, my goal was to hit 100 subs by the end of the year, so breaking 50 already is huge for me. Alright, now with that being said, let's start talking about today's video. So today, I want to go over Hotzone. I'm pumped that it's added back into the game, and I really like the changes that have been made to it. Today, I want to discuss the changes to the mode, how it should be played, and the brawlers that I think are going to be good to play in the mode. Okay, let's get started. Alright, so Hotzone is a control-based mode that has marked control zones on the map. There's either 1 or 2, depending on which map is being played. Teams now raise a flag by standing in the zone, instead of earning points, like how it used to be. The percentage of how much each team's flag has been raised is shown on the left-hand side of the screen, and there's also a bar on the outside of each zone that indicates how close that flag is to being raised. When a flag is fully raised, the team now, in a sense, controls that zone, but we'll go into more detail about that when we talk about the 2-zone maps. In the old Hotzone, if both teams were in a zone, no points would be earned. Now, in the new version, both teams can attempt to raise their flag at the same time by being in the zone. So that means there's no more stalling to kill time like how there used to be. The only way to stop a team from raising their flag is to fully push them out of the zone. The 1-zone maps are pretty straightforward. The game is over when a team fully raises their flag, or the highest percentage wins at the end of the 3-minute time, if no team fully raises their flag to 100%. The 2-zone maps are a little more confusing. The match is over when a team has both flags fully raised, or the highest percentage at the end of the 3-minute timer, like in the 1-zone map. Each flag, when fully raised, is worth 50% of your total percentage. Now, when your team fully raises a flag, you've captured that zone, but the other team can still raise their flag in that zone. So it's a judgment call if everyone should head to the final zone and attempt to capture that, or if someone should hang back and try to keep the opponents out of the zone to keep them from raising their flag. That call depends on a lot of things, like what brawlers are on your team and their team, how far they've already raised that flag, and how close your team is to raising the second flag. There's a lot of details that I can't go over in this video, and they just have to be tried in-game. So that's the basics of how to play Hotzone. Now let's go over what brawlers I think are going to be good in Hotzone. I'm going to break them down into 2 categories, controllers and aggro brawlers. Okay, so controller brawlers are ones that are going to sit in the zone and work on raising your flag, while aggro brawlers are what they normally do. Keep enemies pushed back and prevent them from moving into zones. So examples of good controller brawlers, in my opinion, would be Pam, Jessie, Penny, Mr. P, Bo, and Ems. I feel like all these brawlers excel at holding a point for one reason or another. Pam can excel in holding a spot because of her decent HP, her healing turret which can heal her while she's in range, and if you're running Mama Squeeze, it can damage enemies who step inside that zone. Jessie, Penny, and Mr. P all have turrets that can help them win fights when enemies come into their zone. Penny is probably the best out of the bunch because of the range of her mortar, but I think all 3 are going to be very viable in Hotzone. Bo is good at blocking off choke points with his mind, forcing enemies into fights with his teammates. And Ems is just so strong right now. She has great damage, can slow people down with her super, push them out of the zone with her gadget, and if she's running the hype star power, can heal herself. Like I said, I think all of these brawlers are going to be viable as control brawlers in Hotzone. Now, let's go over what brawlers I think can be good aggros in Hotzone. I personally like Nita, Daryl, BB, Rosa, and Jackie for aggros. So, Nita should focus on getting her bear early in the game and using it to kill low health brawlers and push back ones that have a hard time dealing with it. Ideally, she's using Hyper Bear and has her gadget, that way she can use that combo to chain supers and keep a bear on the field as much as possible. Daryl, BB, Jackie, and Rosa can all be played pretty aggressively. They should be close to the enemy spawn and ambushing enemies as they move toward the zone. Also, BB can use her knockback to attempt to push people off the zone when in a pinch. This may be a little niche, but I can see it playing a factor from time to time. I also think some throwers can be viable depending on the map. I would say they're more of a control type brawler, but they can be pushed off zones very easily, so be aware of that. Sprout is still very strong, as his shots are very hard to miss, and his walls can block people from advancing into the zone. Barley and Tick are also good throwers for Hotzone because of the area of denial their attacks offer. The new Hotzone is a lot better in my opinion. the matches no longer are a set length, so if you lose control early, they can end pretty quickly. Also, there's more room for comeback if your team manages to regain control after falling behind early. I personally really enjoy the mode, and I think a good handful of brawlers are viable in it, some meta and some off-meta ones as well. I'm hoping these changes encourage players to play it, and hopefully the devs add it to the game permanently. Down in the comments, let me know what you think of Hotzone, and if you have anything to add to my breakdown of it, let me know. Also, if you're new to the channel and enjoyed the video, check out some of my other videos, and drop a sub as well. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.